present, no problem, sir. Can you view the slides?
Just a minute.
Can you see the slides? No? Yeah, try, sir.
Yes. Okay. Okay. It is coming. Hello. 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 Dr. Bhagiraj, it is coming. வருதுங்களா ஸ்லைடு வருதா வரலையா திருப்பி பண்ண நான் மாத்துறதுக்கு சொல்லும்போது உங்களுக்கு எப்படி தெரியும் ஓகே ஓகே ரைட் ஓகே ஓகே வருது ஸ்லைடு வரலையா now yeah okay you have to வருது பட் அதை இது பண்ணணும் என்லார்ஜ் பண்ணணும் உங்களுது பாக்கி பேரோட சேர்ந்து வருது இஸ் கமிங் ஓகே இருக்கு ஓகே இருக்கு ஓகே 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 okay right good morning to everyone. Sorry for the some problem and maybe network here is not so good, so the slide is not presenting well. So what is the research plan? Next please. The research plan, what we have to do is, what is the research? First of all, we have to think what is the research. It is nothing but an ambiguous question able to answer through the research project. So whatever you are planning for a object, that should be, we have to come up with some results. That we have to write a project. So based on the research, we have to do all the research work. So for that, the research question forces to focus thoughts and summarizes the goals what we are to do. So that will give the results when we are making them. So the objective is very, very important when we are forming the research project. Next one. When we are going here, we have to ask the 6 questions. What is that? What? First is the what. The proposal when you are writing, what we have to do. Is it what type of work we have to do the research? Is it a basic research, or it is a pilot scale research, or it is a field level research? Whether it is a agriculture field or it is a other type of field, it is a medicinal field, like that we have to confine to what type of research work we have to do. That we have to plan. Then who will do? Whether it is a single person or team of person, it is a project work of students, or it is a research scholar, or it is for to whom you are, who is doing. It is a team or team that we have to answer. But to whom? It is a, as I told, it is a for a short-term research project for the students' research project, or it is for industry-oriented research project. To whom we have to do? It may be a product development or it is a process development like that. We have to do. To whom we have to do that we have to do. And where we have to do. It may be a laboratory work, it may be a field work, or it may be industry work. Sometimes it may be in combination of all. Maybe some of the research we have to do in the research in the industry work, and the sample has to be analyzed in the lab. Like that, we have to plan. That we have to do whether it is feasible. The place and other places it is feasible to work, and that we have to define. And when the time factor, it may be a 1 month project or 3 months project or 1 year or 3 year project, and where we have to start, when we have to start, that is a we have to answer. Then we have to plan. How? It is very, very important. When once the object is formed, how we have to do proceed the research work. It starts from the starting from the review of literature to objective formation and methodology, research executions, result data collection, result manipulations, and statistical analysis and outcome. So how we are doing? How it is doing? That we have also, when we are preparing a proposal, we have to come with all the answers for this, all the 6 questions. Then only we can that project will be very successful. Next, please. Before sorting the plan, we have to confine to what are the research interests. If it is individual, what type of interest we have to go. That we have to solidify and ascertain whether there is a need to the needy people, whatever the research we are doing, whether it is a need. Just like that, we cannot do something, but it should be have some basic things. So we have to discuss with some colleagues or literature collections. Based on that one, it is not a duplicate one. So then only we have to generate ideas. That should be consolidated one. So we can crystallize everything. It make it more like that. So from that we can go back that one. That is a initial stage of project proposal is very, very important. So without any other thing, basic background, other thing, if you go for the research, it is an ad hoc basis we do. That research may not be a very replicatable one, and it may not be a field-oriented one. So then what we have to do is whether you have the skill to do that project. Maybe we can think very highly. That is, for example, we can think that some idea you have, that we can go to the some other places where we can even under we can make something there. But it is not possible. We don't have that skill to do that work at that place. So that skill, whether you have or not, that we have to ascertain. Then only whatever the possible skill, or even you can get some help from friends or colleagues or other institutions. So that also you can do. But you have the capability to do that work. That is very important. Then what you want to accomplish, that is you have to in mind and formulate the project objective. That is, question is what is the objective you want to go. That is a plan. Before going to the research project proposal, this you have taken into consider before formulation. Next one, please. First, I will give some 8 steps to formulate the research, how to conduct the research. First, as I already told, you have to identify the research problem. That may be an idea. That may be a single objective or multiple objectives. It is better you can have one objective with 1 or 2 secondary objectives. That is a good one. So that we can concrete shape, we can get it some result that will be very useful to needy persons. Then, when you are formulating the project, review of literatures, that is very, very important. You have to find out the report, already done work, or what are the things going on, either earlier days and present situation, last 2 or 3 years, what are the things it has been happened. That research literature has to be collected before formulating the one. And make one single objective. That is a very good one. As I already told, 1 or 2 objectives is very good for present type of research work. But if it is a multiple objectives, for example, it's a big project, we can go for multiple objective with maybe with industrial oriented or field oriented projects. We can go with the multiple objective. But for a student category or scholars category, it is maximum of primary objective one with the two secondary objectives. It is very good for completion of the project in proper way. Then make a protocol. What are the types of things? The sample size. What is the size of the project you are going to? Duration. It is a student's project when you have to confine to within that 1 year period, or it is a 2 year, or the postgraduate it is a 3 years period. Like that, you have to confine. Accordingly, you can choose that objectives. Whether it is possible to do that duration within that duration, is it possible? Some lacuna may occur. That also you have to consider and you have to take. Then you have to form the methodology. Once the objective is formed, based on the objective, we have to create a methodology, write up everything step by step, starting from sample collection till that product end, that whatever the methodology we have to form. It may be a process development, go for the what type of process you are doing. If it is a product development, what type of a product you are going to do, and it is what are the variations you are doing. Whether it is single factor or double factor or triple factor, it is interpretation or intervention is there that we have to see. And methodology here is not only the process methodology and also the evaluation methods. For example, if you are going to nutrition analysis, what are the even the nitrogen analysis or amino nitrogen, or if you are going for protein analysis like that, that methodology also you have to write that what are the chemicals it is needed in that. That also we have to prepare that list and we can have it. And sometimes some small pre-test can be done, but we have some ideas, new novel idea, but without some pre-test, it is very difficult. If you are having some, maybe it may not successful. So you have to do some pre-test if possible. Then you can go ahead with the further for making the project successful. So sometimes when you are going for that, you can provide reason based on that pre-test. You can provide slightly modify the objectives or modify the methodology, and you can correct it. Next, please. The resource is very important. It may be a low cost project or it may be a high cost project. How you are getting the resource and the funding, that is very important. That may be of different categories and things in the later where we can get the fund and other things. But this is very important, and we have to confine whether depending upon the resource only you can plan that project. So the funding source, whether it is possible within the limited fund, that we have to plan whatever that methodology or whatever the analysis we are doing within that only form. Without funding and other infrastructure, it is not available. When you are all the research you have done, but in the analysis part you are not able to do all the work done is waste. So this is the resources also you have to find out what are the fund needed that we have to calculate and we have to make it available. Then ethics, that is institutional approvals, that is some of the project areas it needs ethical clearance. So that is when you are planning itself, you have to whether it is a ethic problem is there, then you have to get the ethical committee's clearance for the conducting even that. For example, diabetes. You are developing some food for diabetics, but it is not possible to test within ourselves. You have to get clearance from ethics because you are feeding the human beings means it has some problem. So you have to ethical clearance committee is there. You have to apply for that. You have to get that clearance. And naturally, when you are doing that where you are doing that, institutional approval is must. Then do the study. When you are going for everything is ready, then you are going for project work. Here, if there is any recruitment or some additional persons are needed, that we have to take it. Equipment if we need, whether you have purchased all the equipment and other things based on the project need, that is then only we can go for that research. Otherwise, you can wait. Sometimes some of the equipments it can come late. So whether it is possible to manage within the available facilities, that also will. Otherwise, you can plan accordingly to start the studies with available facilities. Once the data is collected, the analysis. During the analysis, if you come across some of the difficulties and things, you have to repeat. That is also important. And getting the result and interpretation, whatever the result we are getting, largely later interpretation, because the interpretation, the conclusion is very difficult. So that idea, that must be there. It may be you can get, as a student, you can get the guidance from the expertise or staff members and the interpretation. So whatever the result, it is just making a graph and express this is the result we are coming. That's not a good one. What interpretation we can get it from that? What is the knowledge you are gaining? What is the knowledge gap you are fulfilling? Whether it is possible to go ahead, that is the interpretation. That is once you are getting the data, the interpretation is important. For that, statistical analysis is very helpful. So once the statistical analysis is making the interpretation is very helpful. Based on that, I think you can make it. So the summary, and I think from the objective, whatever the plan you have made, what is the idea of model, the conclusion, whether it is possible or not. Given negative result, it is also a good one. If you are making some percentage of things, but if the result is not coming well, but once it is not good, telling that also a good result. So the conclusion is must. So for example, coronavirus, you are find out that one of the plan is giving a good one. When it is not coming well, negative things, it is also good because we are not using this for this plant material for corona diseases that will save the life. So that negative result is also a good result, good conclusion. Then we have to go knowledge translation. It may be you can present it in seminar, conferences, make your publications, and later you can patent it. If it is a patentable, some of the things you are preparing. So publications you should not make because for the patent it should not be published. So you have to, when the results are come, when you are making the conclusion, you have to define that whether we are going for patent or other IPR issues. So if it is not patentable, you can publish. If it is a patentable one, don't publish because the patent office will not accept when it is published. So that based on the result, what we are getting the result, based on that we can think over and commercialization. What are the some of the things? If it is a basic knowledge, we can transmit to other students or other. It can be helpful for future project, or you can form your project based on the basic result. If it is a pilot scale result, we can transmit to that commercial level. So entrepreneur or new industries can take this whatever the result. So these are the 8 steps you have to follow to come up with a conclusion that the project is a very successfully it will come. Next one. So how to form the idea? So when you are a new student, how to get some project? That is very, very important. As a new student or a student who is going for that project, he may have some concept, innovative concept. Maybe in that when you are going outside or other things, you have some ideas. When you are seeing some of the things, you have some concept of it. This may be taken here as well. That is very, very good one. That is depending upon the person's ability to have that idea. That is very important. If you have that type of concept, it is very nice. And observations. That is based on that, some of the research or some seniors research or some of the research projects conducted by some other institution. When you observe some of the things, that may be very good. So, but it needs some new concept, new research, so that it can be proved. That type of observation also taken as a idea, objective for the new project. There are maybe some of the problems may be given by some existing users. Some industries may have some problems. For example, if you are having some juice manufacturers, it has some problem. When you are making that, there is the shelf life is very less, maybe 1 month only. They want a improve to 3 months or 6 months. So this type of research also we can take. Already they have done some preservatives. We don't want a preservative chemicals. We want a natural. Like telling them further, it is a field oriented given by the user. That also we can take and as a research project. And adapt some other research from the other field. For example, one product we are using, for example, we are having idli. That is a very common we are using. In that we are using some instant idli, they are using some of the chemicals for making that idli. But there is some other places where they are using for millet, we want to go idli making. In that, we can, whatever the technology we are using, idli we are using, this can be adapted for the millet. But directly we cannot adapt this one. We have to do some research work and find out whether it is used. The instant idli made for rice idli can be used for millet also. This type of so many things are there. So whatever the result it is available in that other product or other things or process that can be, you can test in this one, and we have to do that research work here for the newer research one. And we can new advances bring the new. That is already available technology is there. We want to improve the technology. That is a very good one, because the quality may not be there, the process is not so good, the yield is not so good. We want to improve that process technology. That is a major, many places it needs that improvement and things. This type of advanced researchers, already existing technology, existing process, existing product, that can be further improved by newer research. Then reading the literatures. You are regularly reading the literature, in that many ideas are coming. So new research, scientific article you are seeing, there they are doing some basic work. That in your area you can interpret this result to your research work. So from the literature you can collect some novel ideas. So that you can make it as a research project. When you are attending some of the meeting, national conference, seminars and things, many courses sections or talking by the expert, based on that discussion or you are on that whatever you are hearing, from that you have some idea, some concept. So that idea, whatever they are telling, that we can make it as a new idea. That will be very interesting one to make a talking with the colleagues or other researchers during the discussion we can get. So discussion with the scientific manner, that give you very good ideas, very novel ideas which will come, because the persons who are talking with the colleagues or researchers, they are having a good knowledge on that. When you are discussing this, it is prompt our mind to make some ideas. So the discussion is very important. When normally the students, when they are going for seminar or conference, just they are seeing and coming. It is not so good. It is, you have to interact with the person, those who are coming there. You have to interact, not only that presenting person, but also there's a conversion. That also interaction also gives some ideas. So that gives very good idea for the research work. And unconvinced or doubtful things. Already there are some projects are there. They have given some result, but you think it is not so good. So that type of also you can take, either it is successful or it is a doubtful one. The result, whatever they are giving, is not so good. We want some other improvement. That also it is a good one. That type of research also we can take and prove that that technology, whatever they have done, needs some improvement, or you have developed some new one. So that can be used for the research. Next, please. So when you are going for that research project, whether that research project you have objective or research plan you have made, whether it is a good one. Some of the things we have to see that, then only that result will be good. This project, whatever the idea you have formed, it should be a concrete one, focused to the whatever the needed things. That is a researchable issue, and result should be, that is a concrete step. Feasible to transfer into valid study. It may be a basic study, means transfer to pilot scale. If it is a failed scale, it has to transfer to commercial level. Like that, a plan, feasible study, it should be there. After detailed literature and review you have made with other things, then you think whether the study is needed or not. Then only you have to go for that the same objective for the new research study. And you have to charge everything. It should not be duplicated. That is a major problem come across with many cases. There are two things. Duplication, already done work, you cannot do. But there are some places, maybe a duplicate study at simultaneously it is also needed. For example, now the coronavirus, it is a major problem. The study should be a duplicate. In different countries they are doing. Maybe it is a duplicate, but it is a must. So depending on the object only, the duplicate study, whether it is needed or simultaneously they are doing. It is not already done work they are not doing, but simultaneously they are duplicate work in different places they are doing. It is very common to come up so some of the result is needed urgently. That type you can go for duplication of work cases. But maybe that objectives may be different, even though that is the same one. But the objective may be what are the material they are using, what are the plant they are making, methodology they are using, that may be different. So that is also some places duplication at the same time is also needed. But copying of already, reinventing of the wheel is not necessary. But going for the new thing, it is must. And it should be addresses the scientific or industrial knowledge. That is must. Then only your research will be having a fruitful result. And to whom you are doing, that is only for your publications, that is one. When you are going for thesis work, that is means but it is better it should be adaptable by some other person or it gives some prelude for further research. That type of research only do the good thing. Next please. So what is the outcome? Whatever the research work you are doing, what is the outcome it comes? Will this research idea lead to useful information? It may be a basic or other information should be there. Outcome should be there. Some research should be there. And it may guide other researchers. The result, whatever we are getting, it may guide other researchers for finding their research, for their research. And it is worth for those interested in it. That is to whom you are doing. They should satisfy that whatever the result you are coming, it is satisfied them. That is very important. And add the existing knowledge. It may be a small level to big level. Even a small level gap, if you are finding a result, it is very good. And valuable concern to policymakers also. That's maybe very useful to follow. Maybe all the results may not be equal, but if you are having some of the research, the outcome, it gives a good result for the policymakers, then it will be very widely adopted by people, appreciated. Next one. What is the now? What is the objective we have to make? So initially, I am repeating the same. Whatever the first 8 steps initially given, that one by one we will see that one. Basic results. It is nothing but there may be a 3 months only. The students are and fund may be restricted. So some of the basic work you can do. So maybe a laboratory level study that will give you a clue to pilot scale level or other things. So it is basic research. It is also very needed. Some of the things basic research needed, because why I am telling is basic research now. Some of the things you directly go to the higher level, the first involved is very high. If you did some basic work, you can concentration, for example, some concentration you have to fix. That may be done in a small level. That basic research. Otherwise, it is very difficult in the commercial level to have that all the materials are. So, basic research is needed for our application, especially for the agriculture and other things, as well as for the mechanical and things also. Prototype you can develop, design factor you can develop in the small level that can be adapted in the pilot scale level. Second is the pilot scale. Based on the basic research, you can, but the basic may work or may not work when you are improve that scale from the small level to medium level or big level. It may or may not work. So you have to try with the pilot scale level. So there it will give the result. Once the pilot scale level, it is given some result. If any modification required, that may be modified and go for the field level. It is industrial level you can go and become successful in the field level. Then, what are the type of problem we can take? It may be environmental problem, depending upon the faculties, depending upon your interest, you can take. That is based on that. Here I am telling the total concept for any field. So environmental factor, we can see environmental what are the things we can think. Process development, it may be a processing for the product or agriculture or mechanical or medicinal whatever the things, some of the things if you want this type, whether we have to, in this line, we have to think. Product development, we can take an agriculture product or any other product you can think. Even we can fabricate some of the things, wooden shells or things. The design, whether it is very useful. This type of designing factor, computer designing, in that lathe work, like that also we can some designing factor and things also we can go and take the problem. It may be basic or higher skill level. That is possible. But commonly what they are doing, all places, overloading the study with too many objectives and too many data. So many persons are very so enthusiastic to collect more data, without having the actual problems. So your objective is what is the site-wise secondary or tertiary objective also you can have to that level only you can calculate. Otherwise, if a fund provision, time factor, and things may happen. So this hurdle can be overcome by proper planning, proper data collections, and innovation. So there's no need for more objectives. Maximum 3. That is very important. Over data collection is not done. Whatever the data we are collecting, without having many things to that level, that is not necessary. Next one. So, this 5 point you have to think. Alright. So, feasible. Already I told you, feasible, whether it is feasible for you or for that place or institution or industry or basic, whatever it is, whether it is feasible. Whatever the think, literature collection or whatever the concept you have to feasible. Whether it is interesting to you or other persons, novelty of the project, whatever the research you are doing, whether it is novel, ethical. So it may be a traditional way, or from that you are improving, but it should be ethical. So it will not harm any other persons. That's why the ethical, relevant to the concerned persons. That is it. Next one, please. So whatever that already 5 I have told that we are planning here. Where do you want to do the plan, the research plan? Whether it is feasible that place, how long you are doing, time, duration, and things. You have to fix everything. The duration is whether it is feasible that do that research work within the 3 months. If it is a dissertation work within that time period, 3 months or 6 months, whether it is possible to do in this period. You have to plan like that. So otherwise you have to re-modify your objective within that period. For example, you are developing some product. You want to shelf life of 6 months to 1 year, but your period is only 6 months. So you can analyze after 6 months. So that type of work you should not take. So the planning is like that period and outlines a yearly growth plan. If it is a long time project, it is a 1 year or 2 year project, you confine to that each year plan. That is what growth will be there. What is that? Because some of the things when you are going for the objectives, whatever the first experiment you are conducting, that result is basic for the second experiment. So you have to modify the second year growth plan. So modify the maybe the methodology also. The result based on the plus or negative results of the first experiment. You have to modify. But initially we are making the project for 3 years. In that we are planning objective, we are planning our hypothesis we are making, it is successful one. So we are going for the second one. But maybe when you are conducting the result, collecting the data, there may be some changes. So you have to revise the objective according to the expert, whatever you are getting in the first one. Then write action-oriented code statement. That is already told. You have to make it everything in written form. Then only it is easy to go further and tick each and every activity as a calendar. You have to make it. Action step for tenure or promotion. What I am telling is the project when you are completing, what is the next activities you have to do? Whether you can upgrade the project to next level. To that level you can plan. So not ending with yourself, you can plan for the next upgradation. Maybe next level you can think of it. It may be go to other persons also, but that is very important. Next please. when you are conducting the background research, that is already I have told you the background of the research area and the rationale for the importance. That is a very takeover. Whatever the research project already in this area, if it is a specific area specific, that area it may be one thing. The background should be the performed at the area specific level. It may be in different. For one state, the result will be one. Because of climatic condition, it may be vary from different states. So, according to our means, you have to specify that protocol. This is confined to this area. For that only we are developing. For that only we are conducting research. So, the area specific also we have to confine the background of that. If it is a Indian level or it is a world level, we can formulation means we can formulate accordingly. So the gap, whatever the left is what is known fact, what is you already know, and what is the gap present in that when you are going for the research. That left out gap should be addressed for this. And preliminary studies already told, preliminary studies can be conducted some of the place or already conducted work you can take and form the such plan. Next one. So you are picking the plan, that is the idea, objective. It should be interest to you to work on that one. It is interest for you and to the field and also to the community and proper funding source. If it is all our work out, whatever the getting proof or result, it will be interesting for you because it is a successful one. So you will be very happy that whatever the results you are getting, it will be good. So choosing the problem with the interest to everyone is must. Next please. Realistic. Whatever you have, it should be a realistic one. Cannot think much more than that what we are able to do. That is important. Depending upon the fund availability and timeline, and whether it is possible to upgrade to next level, and so we can get the grant from other sources. So that type of realistic nature you have to plan when you are making the research proposal. Next one. Novelty. As I already told, it may be a newer thing, new concept and other things, it will be very useful. Or you can conclude the already concluded one, or you can refute that one. Whether it is disapproved, it is not proven one. So you can take this into consideration for finding the novelty of the project. The extent and knowledge of the previous finding. So already there are some things are there that you can extend further to improve further improvement in the project. So that type of novelty also very useful for the entrepreneurs or the industry persons. They increase the shelf life, improve the flavor, or improve the texture, or if it is other process development or process technology, that will be increase the yield. So the production level will be increased. The type of is very useful for that already existing entrepreneurs or industry persons. Provide a new findings. Maybe your research finding will be your finding to your things that can be adapted. And many people that are already in the industry persons, if you are giving the new finding, they will easily adapt this one. So the confidence and things, whatever the result outcome, that will be very, because they know that technology and other things, but they don't know that research outcome of this one. When you are feedback this one, then definitely adapt this new findings. And it should not have unacceptable physical risk or invasion of the privacy. So whatever the research here, which is you are doing, it should not harm others. Even one person, it should not harm others. That is unacceptable to others. That is one people, it may be good, one another person it may not be. So that is not so likely one. So it will not invade that. When you are doing the research also, it will not give invasion of the privacy. And ethical issue. So the ethical issue is commonly when you are ethical issue, there are two types of ethical one. When you are feeding and food and other things, that is one. Another is you are living things in the place where you are living and other things. So normally the ethical, there is a ethical committee is there when you are going for the food, and I think the ethical committee should clear. They will start from animal feed trial. If it is okay, then they will give the human beings to get that ethical clearance. So this is very important when you are going for some of the ethical issue problems are taken, research projects taken. So when you are forming the problem plan itself, you have to include the cost because the cost involved in the ethical problem, ethical clearance is very high. So you have to, it may not be get it everywhere. There are some places only the ethical clearance will get it. So you have to include these cost aspects of the ethical issues. Next one, please. Resource. So when you are forming the resources, one is the money. So where you can get, whether it is on your own money or institution is giving for the project and things, or you can go for the government agency. Government, now the government is giving wide help to the students category and research project for having more and more things. For example, Department of Biotechnology, DST, Ministry of Process Industries, like that for that different categories, different things. They are giving even computer science and that thing. There are different, you can get it fund. Yeah, especially for students and new research, they are funding very high. And only thing, even women entrepreneurs, women things, women scientists, women people, like that, different categories are there. Just you can check each and every website of the government. There are a lot of funds are available for the research work. So we have to utilize this one, the research fund from the government agencies. Another is a private foundations. The private companies are also they are interested to give money for the helping in the research project, students. Even some of the institutions, even ABOD is giving fund for that. UGC is giving. Like that, companies, what there are some CSA funds are there. They are insisting some of the companies to provide a research fund to some of the research funding. So government also insisting some of the private companies to insist, and the private company itself they are happy to do some research work because it will be useful for them also. As an entrepreneur, next is the entrepreneur. So you can approach some of the entrepreneurs. So the result will be given to them immediately after your finding. So they will fund also. So this type of entrepreneurship is very commonly available. Many companies are there because they fund for some specific idea, or you should have some idea. You can project to them. They will take the project and fully fund, including your salary also. There are many companies out there, they will take up, depending upon the novelty of the project. Or some kind of companies you approach, they have some problem. If you are going for internship or things, they have some problem. You can take this as a objective and find out some solution there. So funding is now not much difficult. Many agencies, many governments are giving fund. Only the novel idea, what are the project you are forming, that is very important. Next, please. Then once the fund money is there, what are the other needs for conducting the research? Infrastructure facilities. That is very important to conduct the research. Starting from basic laboratory, you should have all the facilities, or if it is a semi area, means you have to think that infrastructure facilities for either the processing condition or making the product, whatever the other infrastructure facilities, you should be there and can find whether it is available for all. Time and duration, that is during the plan itself, you are making that time and duration. The next one is the raw material availability. Where the raw materials are available. So that whether it is continuously, if you are having 2-year project, whether the raw materials are available up to 2 years, or you have to procure and have it to do that research work. Because if you are having one variety and it is suitable for things, if it is a seasonal variety, so you will not get next year only we can get. So we have to keep it for the 1 year, the same variety for that. So the raw material availability and repeatability of getting the raw material is very important. That you have to plan when you are making the plan itself. Equipments, either the new equipment or old equipment. If you are having new equipments, you project and get the money. After getting the money, you have to procure and whether it is operative in good condition, if it is an old one, whether it is operating one. When you are conducting a research, when at the time the equipment is not working, even oven if you take, if it is not working, if you are not possible to dry the product, it may get affected. So the whole experiment you have to repeat it. So before starting the experiment, you have to see all the equipment's working condition, all the chemicals and glasswares and things available. That also we have to check. So when you are writing the thesis, that's why the methodology itself you have to make everything just like it. Then in that you can have chemicals and glasswares, everything, whatever it is there or not. When you are planning that is must. Necessary expertise. Some of the times, because you are the fresh one and you don't know that how to operate or how to proceed further, you can get that expertise opinion. Maybe a staff member or maybe a colleague or maybe expertise for when you are literature collection. You have to contact with the people through mail or earlier days it's difficult. Now it is available email or even WhatsApp or even phone. You can contact with the expertise. You can get it from the online itself. That contact you should have. That is must. Because you are not expertise in the field, but you have to get, when you are collecting the literature or you are attending a seminar or conference, you have the contact. So they will give the ideas and change that plan accordingly, or interpretation you can make it with that expertise. That is must. And human and staff engagement. If it is a commercial project, so you have to engage that human resources fully, then only you can 100% you can do that research work. So that is must. And also some, if it is a student's project, take the help from students or research scholars or other things. So research scholar can get the MSc student from that research work. Because all work cannot be done by a single person. Maybe it needs some multi-persons to help that project. That relationship with the friends or colleagues or staff is must. That also you can plan according to your experiment, whatever you are planning. It is essential for completion of our research project. Next one, please. Make a work plan. So now all the needs, resources, everything is ready. How to do that? So make a work calendar or schedule. Initially, it is a long-term project, maybe a monthly project. You can make it plan, monthly plan. You can plan. Push a short-term, even weekly plan, or even later day plan. Also, day calendar also you can make it. Depending upon the research, what you are planning, accordingly you have to make it. Some of the thing data collections, you can make it in the calendar. Because first day, second day, the storage studies you are conducting, definitely 30th day means 30th day you have to take. So the calendar should be made. So the Google and I think calendars are readily available. You can make it everything you want, and you can use these softwares also for the making the calendars. And methodology, as I already told, total methodology you have to make it in just like SOP, standard operation procedure, like that. You have to make it everything in written form, so that only any lack occurs when you are conducting. You made written experiments. The first experiment you are taking, you have to see that in the experiment what are the chemicals in that. You collect everything. The methodology should be there. You have to do everything and availability. Then only the methodology if you write in, then only it is easy for completing the procedure. Standard analysis procedure. When you are going for any analysis, it should be a standard. If it is not available, you are making some standard. To make it repetition and found that it is whether it is a repeatable one. That is must. And what are the replications you needed? That also to make it one. And maybe sometimes two replication, three replication. That also depending upon the statistical method. What you have to take. The end analysis, data collection. What is the statistical method? That also before starting the experiment. So what type of statistical method you are going for? Normal CRD or complete clearance or split representation. Like whatever you are going to do, that you have to plan before starting the experiment. Then only the data collection will be easy, and that can be fed with the statistical analysis. You can get that. So when you are collecting the data, it's always better you can make a observation note with tabular form. So that is easy to collect everything. Just noting down, instead of noting down, you make it a data tablet form and a complete one with the formatting. Then only you will not miss anything. So if it is a repeatable one with the same data, same table, you can make it for. So make it as a tablet form. Everything, whatever the data you want to collect, you have to make it in the tablet form. So without any missing, you can collect. Because once you miss it, you have to do that repetition. So to avoid that, it is better you can make this tablet form. To have the interpretation, it is the methods, maybe the whatever the result you can get in, make it a tab. So it is easy to interpret. So that is after making the statistical analysis, you can make a map and interpretation. You can get some good interpretation. You can get whether it is significantly superior or inferior. That you can get it. So the graph also very useful for one, depending upon the nature of the problem, what are the result you are making. And if the results are something wavy, so then you have to repeat this the same experiment if needed. That is also to have the concrete result. And some results are very wavy. So you have to repeat that one. Do that modification if you needed. Repeat and do that. And result interpretation, it is very, very important to get the control result. Summary of the things. That interpretation will be, you can get it with the help from that expertise also. Comparison with other report, whatever the result you are getting, you have to compare with the previous available results. And the data, whatever the data we have collected, should be stored carefully. And if some of the things, if it is needed a confidential use, you have to keep it in there. And based on that result, you have to release that outcome. So you give the conclusion that it is a research conclusion, maybe 3 or 4 points you can get it with the subsidiary or secondary tertiary results also. Next please. The outcome, whatever the various possible outcomes comes, it is a scientific knowledge, field application, influence of policy decision, and guide for future. So to whom it is important, so already I have told this one. Next one please. Report. The report writing, report formation is very important. Whatever you are getting other things, the report, if you have not made it very perfectly, all the experiment, all the research you are conducting is wasteful. So report your findings in a proper way, proper place and proper way. So research is creditability. So your research should be creditable. So it will be spoken by, if it is a published work, it will be spoken by many researchers. If it is a field-oriented one, many people will take research. So the credibility you have to establish. Publish whatever the, if it is not patentable, you can publish in a well reputed journals, more impact journals you have to publish. That is whatever you are doing, it should be very simple. So publish, then only it will be useful for people. And present it in different categories. It may be a seminar, conference, or poster sections, or within your institution, other institutions, or other states, or national, international level, depending upon your research counts, it should be document everything. Some of the result you can publish, but some of the data will be very useful for people. So that should be documented. If possible, you can apply for awards. If it is an awardable one, you can apply for awards, get credit. So that is also, if it is a patentable one, you can patent it. So that is very normal things also in other countries, each and everything they will patent it, so they are getting credit. So if it is a patentable, now it is very easy. Many institutions, many people are giving this one, and even for patenting, some of the NRDC like that, people are giving some grant also for patenting applications for patent fees also. Then if it is possible to enter entrepreneurship. So divert whatever the results you are getting, you have to give it to entrepreneurship. So maybe it get work. So it will be adaptive one. So whatever the result, it is in the table 1 or it in the shelf 1, it is waste of money, waste of money. And make it is a commercialization. That is a very reputation for your research. Next one. This is the one intervention. What I am telling is during the you can expect some of the problems when you are planning the project, but sometimes unexpected problem may also occur. Very simple example: the current cut. You are conducting some experiment in the laboratory. Current failure is every 2 hours there is a 12 to 1 there is a current cut. So you can plan accordingly. It is very easy. But suddenly, if there is a transformer is blown, when you are running the search experiment, what will we do? It is a very simple example I am telling. So any alternative, if it is a good expert, I think you can plan for like that. Unexpected problem comes. It is a simple. It may be industry or field level. It will be different way. So think that also expected problem as well as unexpected problem will come across. How to manage this one? That also will happen. Some intervention you have to make it. That we can plan intervention. What type of plan? What is that? And also you can compare with the other interventions. That is some other industries what they have done. That can also be taken as a clue for your intervention. And if needed, you can change the plan according to that problem you will come across. So that the outcome, whatever you are planning, it will be a measurable one and it will be a fruitful one. And you can get that credit for your research. Next. This is a summary of whatever I have told last 1 hour. This is summarizing the one. So you have to plan an ambitious objective that is depending upon your feasibility, novelty, and relevant nature of that project. You can plan that objectives, primary or secondary or tertiary objective you can make it. Plan systematic work plan. That is make it available that funds, resources, and other needs, and properly conduct the research based on your work plan. You can go ahead with that. If needed some places, you can rechange and do that research work. Data collection, systematic way you can collect and analyze the data with a statistical method and prepare the report at this thesis level. You can prepare, or if it's a project report, you can prepare according to starting from the thing with the review of literature and publish your work. And if it is patentable, you can patent it, and possibilities of adoption at field level or whichever you can think. This is a nutshell I have told this one. Thank you very much for listening to us 1 hour. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the lightning session from you, sir, today. And now the session is open for questions. The participants are requested to discuss, raise the questions.
Excuse me, sir. Morning, sir. Sir, good morning, sir. Sir,
Morning.
Am I audible, sir? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what are the tools we are having for finding the plagiarism?
So now there are some institutions they have own one, but there is the free plagiarism also available. You can download, you can search that one.
Okay, sir.
Free also available.
Free also available. Okay, sir. Can you list some things, some tools?
I'm not having the directly, but I will pass on to Bhagirath. He will pass on to you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Any more questions? Any more questions from participants?
Hello.
Yeah, please tell.
Hello. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I am hearing. Please tell.
This is Dr. Vinod Kumar, Physical Director, Rajagopal Polytechnic College.
Okay.
So regarding my PhD research, I have done 12 variables in my subject, sir.
Okay.
If I want to publish, means each and every variable I can publish, or totally I have to publish.
Sir, it is better than the variables, whatever the variable you are having, what is the result conclusion you are getting. You want two variables with the final result. If you want to two or three papers you can split and you can give. But the 12 variables result will be very good one. Then you can publish this in a very reputed journal and it will be very useful one. But because 12 variable, it is better you can go for 2 or 3 papers. It will credit to you also. Because as a research student, it is better for you to have 2 or 3 papers.
So actually, variables, sir. I don't know any biochemical variables.
Hello, please tell again.
Hello.
Yeah, please tell.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hello.
So please tell.
Yeah, I had done research on biochemical variables. Totally, it is 9 variables from biochemicals.
Okay.
If I am writing in a one variable, it will become around 4 to 5 pages because my paper statistics is training and detraining. I did it.
Okay.
So if I go for 2 to 3 variables, it will be more than 7 to 8 pages. Some journals it will be there having only 2 to 3 pages only they are asking. If I am writing one variable, it will become around 4 to 5 pages. What can I do for them?
No. It is not necessarily you have to write for 3 to 4, 5 to 7 pages.
Okay.
That can be, the result can be made into a graph form or other things. So it will be given. Even a one variable, you can write it in 2 pages also, given things. And what I am telling is, if the biochemical studies you are doing, when you are comparing with about 12 variables, and depending on, you can segregate the variables, whether it is a one type, it may be a nitrogen base, for example, it is a nitrogen base, or it is a phosphate base. Like that means you segregate and do analysis, and within that group, which one is better, you can tell. So you can make it to 2 or 3 the group within the variable also you can make it to 2 or 3 groups. But writing the paper 7 to 8 pages comes with this not correct. We can confine to 2 to 3 pages. Even some places you can confine also based on the result you can make it in some other form. That whatever the result you are presenting can be modified into a graphical form or other form. There is no need to tell each and every point.
Okay.
Yeah, please. Yeah, please.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, please tell.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, to what extent these statistical tools are useful for those people who are doing this work based on
Not clear. Not clear. Please again.
to what extent these FDP tools, like other statistical tools, are useful for people who are doing that project based on secondary data?
Voice is breaking.
Madam, can you type the questions in the chat? Or I think you were asking about the statistical tool for the research.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Yes, that is the question, sir.
Okay. There are, depending upon that field, there are so many statistical tools are available. Starting from, for example, in the Excel itself, you can make it a common statistical tool. It is a free, you can do, if it's possible to do, you can do. But here, you can go for RBD method, CRD method, like that it is there. It is a very simple one. But there is a cost, statistical tools are available. This is a costlier one. If the project or other things are very good one, you have to, for example, earlier person said 12 variables you want to do, which one is better in different categories you want to do. There are some statistical tools, it is available, but it is on cost basis. That can be used. But normally for student category or other things, even the Excel, to have that normal tools. that can be used. Hello?
Sir, sir,
Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Please tell
good
me.
morning, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir. Sir,
Can you
excuse
hear that answer? Whatever I have told, you heard that?
Sir, good morning.
Yeah, please
Yeah,
tell me.
next, sir, this is the next questions. Yeah.
Hello.
Okay.
Sir, good
Yeah,
morning.
please tell
Good
me.
afternoon, sir.
Good
Sir, good
afternoon.
afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I'm Dr. Selvi from Tamil Nadu speaking. Kerala. So I have a doubt. You have told the statistical analysis is a master.
Yeah.
I belongs to bioscience, that is plant science discipline. In our area, we can't fix the independent variables. So such situation, what we'll do? Fixing the variables.
Yeah, that is easy. Even independent and dependent variables, you can make it in society. And also when you are planning for the completely randomized design like that, you can make it. It is not a or factorial design you can think. So in that you can easily segregate that whatever that which one is better, which one is dependent and independent.
Okay, sir. Sir, I have another question. You have
Yeah,
taken
please.
the ethical point of research, and suppose we did our animal study at our outstations, because in
Okay.
our college there is no specialty for animal house.
Okay.
So we depend on other research stations. So in that
Okay.
case, are we get any clearance certificate? Is it mandatory?
Animal studies, for example, for animal studies, if you are not here food purpose,
Okay.
it will not, there is no need for ethical and other problem. If you are for plant science and other things, you are, if you are, but there are some animal studies, they are having already recognized by ethical committees. That if you give it to them, it is easily they will formulate and they will give you that certificate also. But you have to tell previously, it is a ethical nature, we want this. But normally, there are some recognized places, even colleges, they are having that ethical clearance colleges, where they are doing animal as well as human studies. To that place, if you give the sample, they will, it is automatically this is, ethically clear.
No, sir, I want a clarification. If the certificate to be attached in the research article or research dissertation report.
No, not necessarily. Just you can mention it, it is enough. It is ethically clear. There is no need for it. Is
Okay,
only
okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
commercialized, it is clear.
Yeah. Any more questions? Any more questions? Okay, thank you so much. So this is the time for express our sincere thanks. So on behalf of Sri Nehru Mahavidyalaya College of Arts and Science, the management, principal and staff members, and all the participants, I would like to express our sincere thanks to the resource person, Dr. K. Singaravadival, former director, Indian Institute of Food Processing Industries, Technology Ministry of Food Processing Industries, Government of India, Tanjavur, and the independent director of Tamil Nadu Food Grains Marketing Yard. Thank you so much, sir, for thought-provoking session today. And thank you all the participants.
Thank you.
And we are expecting valuable presence in the tomorrow sessions also. Thank you all. See you tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Dr.
Thank you, sir.
Bhagiraj, and all the participants. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
If you have
sir.
any doubts or if you want to discuss with me, kindly
Thank
contact
you.
through the mail, whatever I have given in that, you can contact me also. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Azul. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ah,